One, two, three. Okay. Hi, my name is Dominic Sunga, and I'm the current local committee president of AIESEC UBC. And this is my AIESEC experience so far, as drawn by Karina Young. So yay! Thank you, Karina. So I first found out about AIESEC UBC in 2008. At the time, I was still in high school and living in Indonesia. My brother was studying in University of British Columbia. So every time he would come back and visit us in Indonesia, my brother could only really talk about one thing, and he kept talking about it over and over again. He kept talking about AIESEC over and over again. Every time we woke up, every time we went to bed, it was always AIESEC this, AIESEC that. My parents and I were concerned because it felt like he joined a cult because it was the only thing literally he would ever talk about. So when I graduated from high school, I decided to go to UBC and follow my brother's footsteps. So I first arrived in Vancouver, and to my surprise, all my brother could still talk about was AIESEC, AIESEC, AIESEC. As a result of my brother continuously talking about AIESEC, I actually did not join him my first year, and as a result, I was a very, very bad student. My grades were not what you would call optimal. So in second year, I decided that I should finally join. So I told my brother, fine, I'll join. And he was very happy about it because I was going to apply for corporate relations, the same portfolio that he started off in. So I applied for corporate relations, and I went to my very first assessment center where I was interviewed by the VPCR at the time, whose name was Margaret, who had a very strange fascination with strawberries. So basically what corporate relations does is we attempt to raise internships here in Vancouver through cold calling, through warm contacts, and through networking, so that we can offer youth from around the world the opportunity to work here and live here in Vancouver. The first conference I went to was WRC, which is Western Regional Conference, and it was in Calgary. We took a bus, and it took 14 hours. It was in this conference where I first found out why my brother was so in love with this organization, because it was actually really fun and full of amazing people. The second conference I went to was National Congress, which was in Montreal. NC 2012 has a very special place in my heart because it was where I believe I became a true AIESECer. For the first time, I saw AIESEC beyond just my university, and more importantly, beyond just my portfolio. My story with the difference engine is actually very interesting. It was my first ever marketing call. So I went there and I talked about AIESEC and I told them what we did. Unfortunately, they couldn't raise an internship with us, but they were still looking for intern level type of employees. So instead of hiring an intern, they asked me if I wanted to work there. So I said yes. And funnily enough, I got my first ever job through AIESEC. At the end of summer in 2012, I got a very, very serious and very scary phone call from Margaret, who was LCP at the time. She basically asked me, Dom, I need to see you at school tomorrow. It's very serious, please come. And I was really, really scared. So basically, we needed a new VPCR. So after about an hour of trying to convince me, I became AIESEC UBC's VPCR from September to December of 2012. Then I went to my second WRC, and this time it was in Vancouver. So yay, Coastal represent! During the conference, Margaret took me aside and asked me how everything was going as VPCR. And so then we talked for a while, and we talked about my future in AIESEC UBC. And it was during WRC, after a long conversation with Margaret, that I decided I would run for AIESEC UBC's LCP. So I became LCP, and then I went to National Congress, which this time was in Edmonton. NC Edmonton has a very special place in my heart because it was the first time I met all the other LCPs from around AIESEC Canada. And I just, little aside here, LCPs, if you guys are watching this, I love you. We were best friends at first sight. Yay! After I became LCP, I was a little worried because I needed to choose my EB. So after a rigorous process, I ended up choosing 7 bright, talented, and beautiful young individuals who were Michael Shao, Andres, Vicky, Jennifer Ko, Vivian Lee, Amanda Hung, and Ali Ye. So my AIESEC experience was very interesting because my older brother, part of my real family, introduced me to AIESEC and everyone in it, which I now consider my new family. It's been a really great experience. I've learned a lot about myself, not only that, but about what I can do and about the opportunities that are waiting there for me. So if you guys are considering joining AIESEC, join and be part of our family!